Um, hey, I can really relate to you both, and I enjoy your honesty, the pair of you. You both squabbling over pizza and ice has had me in tears. It's like me and my brother's relationships. I was shocked to hear from the boys at work that you weren't brothers, to be fair. I don't think we would be the same if we were brothers.
No, I think it opens us up to being able to be more honest with each other. I think because we're
Not
not
being
brothers.
brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I'll keep it this way. I love you, man, but not as a brother.
No, you know what I'm like with my brothers. It's arguing and banter constantly. It wouldn't. It would be a totally different podcast.
It were, well, it's still out there in the world if people want to hear it. Um, I'm not sure if I'm your first gay slash bi listener, but you do translate well to the other side, so don't you worry, boys. I know you're very careful about what you say, so thank you both for your courtesy. Careful? Considerate. Consider about what we say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Jamie
definitely not
does
our
like
first gay or bi listener either. We've had
No,
a few over the time now.
no. But we appreciate all
So
of
you're
them.
not alone.
Because I
You're not
honestly
alone.
thought that the only people that would listen to us would be men. And it's not the case,
Yeah,
which I'm glad.
Which I'm glad we can let people know that we've got plenty of diversity on this show.
Yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That's the point. Right. I've been working for a long time now at the same. I've been working for a long time now with some really nice people, and I enjoy my job, but I'm bored. Bored with work, bored with life, bored of sex. It's put Daniel. uh, I'm looking to move from my small town to go on to better things, but how do I break it to my family and friends? They will be gutted, and so will I, but I feel like it's the right thing to do. Many thanks and hope you read this. I know you're busy, guys. Never too busy for a listener, Jamie. Um, that's the thing, right? Like, if you feel like you yourself want to move on, but then you've also got, will it disappoint or upset my family? And it's hard, you know what I mean? You don't want to do that to your family,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, as well, you have to do what's right for you.
Yeah, 100%. We had a very similar question before where I think it was a young girl, wasn't it, that she didn't want to go into fishing
Yeah,
like everyone else did in the local area.
yeah,
And the advice we give to her was basically like, you're just going to have to bite the bullet and just make the most of your like time out of town. And I think I would almost echo that, but at the same time, it doesn't sound like you're in such a stuck position. I think whoever's there is going to be happy for you. And if it doesn't work out, I feel as though as long as you've always got that home to go to, then it shouldn't be that big of a decision. Like why not go and try it while you can, while you're not tied down by mortgages and bills to pay and stuff like that. Go and travel and do whatever.
yeah. People seem to think that, like, when they're like, oh, I want to see what's out there, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if you're gone, don't fucking come back. It's like, no, it's, you've always got the home, you've always got the friends there, but you're well within your right to go off and explore and stuff like that. You can always come back. That's what makes me laugh when people are, oh, my family's so upset. And it's like, well, yeah, because they miss you. Not because, you know, you're not going on death's door or something like that. Like, you're not going into space and you'll never be seen again.
Yeah, exactly. And life is for the living. Like, there's no point in being miserable in the job that you don't want to do. Worried about other people's expectations of you when they said they like their job, didn't they? So they like the job, but they're just bored. So there's no point in being bored in the job that you're in and bored about life because of what other people's opinions are. Like, I think I could count on, like, I could possibly count. There's probably about 3 or 4 people that haven't come back when they've gone travelling from my town that I knew. But majority of people that have gone away and did travelling, they went and worked on sailor yachts and stuff like that, and um, did like worked as like a rep in Ibiza. One of the guys that I know, he worked for a rep at Ibiza for a few years. They're all back now. Had some experiences in life and come back, and they're going to work and carrying on as normal. Do you know what I mean? So I don't think there's anything that can stop you doing it.
No, no, I agree. You need to go out and we said that before with, like you said, the previous listener. If you don't do it, if you're bored now, you wait until another couple of years when you bought a house, or you're like you say you're stuck with like bills and things like that, and now you can't do it, and it'd be like the biggest regret. And then I said to you before, I've said it many times, that before I moved to Scotland, I held back because friends were there, and I thought to myself, oh no, I've got to be here. And then they all move. They move away, they get lives, they have wives, families, and then you're like, well, I stayed because they're here, and now they're all fucking gone. So it's just you're just wasting your own time. You got to do what's best for you. And
yeah,
I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think me and Charlotte made a pact with each other when we first got together. Like, we were moving into the flat, we were getting a mortgage. We was like, we're not going to let this mortgage dictate our lives. So if we wanted to go away, at one point, we when we were in co-op and really unhappy, we were going to set up and go travelling for a little while, but it didn't end up happening. But we've said to ourselves, we'll have 3 or 4 holidays a year and be really happy and with the holidays that we've picked, and like have them times away as like our bit of freedom away from home, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always done that, and obviously when kids come along and stuff, it will be a bit different, but up until that point, that's what we will do. And it's just so we get that travelling in as well as doing the work, and we pay for a bit more expensive holidays and stuff. As the years have gone, it's got more and more expensive, and that's because our tastes and stuff like that has got more and more expensive, if you get what I mean. So it doesn't necessarily have to cost £1 million to go on holiday. There's always ways you can get around things. And so even if you did that, you went away for small breaks just to help yourself. But I do think you're always going to have that what if you let anything lock you in. And that's what we said when we moved in. Don't let the mortgage do it to us. With this person, with this listener, it's like, don't let the jobs and that hold them back. And I think the only way around that is just doing it.
I think as well, because like I say that family and friends are going to worry. I think sometimes as well, if you just go up to them and go, I'm bored, I'm going to go somewhere else. It sounds really reckless, and it's quite worrying because they're like, well, what are you going to do? I think if you had a plan, if you went to them and you were like, this is where I want to go for this amount of time, this is what I'm going to do, and you tell them that you've got that idea, then they in their head know where you're going to be and what you're doing, which makes it less scarier for them. So I think that's probably a good idea as well, to make sure that you know what you want to do. Don't just go up and be like, I'm going to get on a bus. And they're like, where's the bus going? They'll be like, what the fuck?
You end up in like some fucking like shit hell in the middle of nowhere. It does go wrong. Like I've had a mate that he went travelling. He went over to Thailand. His parents didn't want him to go, and he went out there. He did a lot of drugs and lost everything. Lost all the money he went travelling with. Lost his phone, everything. He ended up on like sleeping on a beach for like 2 months before anyone could find where the fuck he was, because he ended up like full blown in a mess. And then when he eventually got back, his mum and dad had kicked him out and they didn't want nothing to do with him. So they got him back to the UK, but they threw him straight back out onto the streets essentially. And it took him about 1.5 years, 2 years to get back to normality, but that's like a fucking horror story compared to what everyone else is. As I said, like majority of people come back fine, and it's not a big deal. So
No.
I
Have a
think
plan.
worrying, yeah,
Yeah. Worrying, yeah.
it's all worrying from the family. It's not actually, or from the friends. It's not actually genuine, not wanting you to do something.
No. That's what I mean. So if you got a plan, they know what's going on, you know what's going on, and that way as well, when they message you, they'll be like, "Oh, how's this and that going?" They feel like they're checking up on you, and then you feel a bit more secure as well because you know that they're thinking of you. So sit down, get an idea of what you want to do, go do it. That's what you got to do. There's no point if you're bored. That's the bit most excitement you're going to get is just going somewhere new and experiencing all of that. And then when you're settled, email us so we can hear about it. Keeps the show going, Jamie. Keeps the show going. But let us know how it goes. And it'll all be good. It will all be good. Positive thinking.